8:35. Vernon, I'm going to have you mute yourself, big dog. All right, guys, it is officially 8:35, November 30th, 2022. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm full of gratitude. But before we get started, I want to thank everybody for all the birthday wishes. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. But I'm not the only one that is celebrating a birthday today. Our very own Cam, my Sagittarius, soul sister, is on the call today, and it's her birthday as well. So Cam, happy birthday to you. Thank you for the early morning text message, and I'm sending you love and sending you light. And I didn't know that we were celestial twins. And so happy birthday to you as well. And I know that you're heading out somewhere right now and getting on a plane, or did you already take a plane somewhere last night?
I just arrived this morning. I'm in New York.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday to you. Hopefully this is your
Thank you.
lap around the sun ever. So before we get started, and as always, I'm going to have somebody bring us out on the field on this glorious, glorious morning. I'm going to have Alejandro do that. So Alejandro, be ready. But as we get started, you guys, I'm really, really excited about today. I'm excited about pouring into you guys because this session is always about you guys. I'm just the facilitator. So super pumped. So let's go ahead and get rolling. Alejandro, I'm going to have you bring us out on the field on this glorious, glorious morning. So hit us. You know what to do. Let's hear from you. Well, first things first, Boomer, you'd have to take yourself off.
Good morning, everyone. Well, happy birthday to the both of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just super grateful today. I woke up and I was like, I have a roof over my head. I am healthy. That song, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am lavish, that just came to my head. But no, aside from that, I think we take for granted so many things. And it's just a day, I try to make it a point to remind myself how lucky I am, really. And yeah, I went to the gym. I'm ready for today, to start today.
Yes, yes. And so I think when we look around at our lives, there's tons of things for us to be thankful for and to be grateful for. So I appreciate that message, Alejandro. So let's go ahead and get rolling, you guys. We went through a series of questions the other day, and I want somebody to revisit that before the end of the call, because I thought those were some really good introspective questions. But I read a quote, I made a video about it earlier because it sparked something in me, and I want to share that with you. The greatest obstacle to discovery is not ignorance, it is the illusion of knowledge. And so let me elaborate on this. I believe at times that your worst enemy is yourself. It's your ego, it's you resting on your laurels, it's resting on past success, it's not willing to make a change, it's not having humility. And I promise you, when you get that out of your way, when you get your own ego out of the way, that means that you open yourself up to change. It allows you to say, you know what, my shit is not working. It allows you to say, you know what, man, I should take the advice that I'm hearing from people, or I should actually look in the mirror and say, you know what, my social media is boring. My messages have no cadence. I have no rhythm. I have no consistency in anything that I'm doing, and be able to look in the mirror and be able to not work from your egoistic mind and say, you know what, I got to make some changes. So it's not that we are lacking, or it's not about ignorance. It's that we say to ourselves that I have this illusion that I know it all. You guys, this is a time in our business where we're going to see some changes, and we are already seeing the changes. This is when you have to be open to growth, open to change, open to do things that are completely different than you've done in the years past. Roxanne Adams told me, who is a top producer, has been a top producer for many, many years. She's like, I come to group coaching because I don't want to just hear from the people that are producing at the highest level. I'm hoping to hear from somebody new on the call that's going to share an insight and a perspective that I don't currently see. She's like, that's why I come. So you guys, this is a time where, and that's why I appreciate you being here. You lean inward and you be humble right now, and you constantly find new ways to grow. And if you figured it out and you think that you're the shit and you got everything all figured out and squared away, it's probably time for you to retire and pack it in. It's probably time for you to retire and pack it in. This is the time when we need to learn to grow at the highest level. So I want to share that thought with you. I want to share that sentiment with you. And I also want to welcome some of our guests. Colton, Big Dog, I'd like to welcome you today, my brother. Thank you for being here. Would you like to say anything to the group before we officially get rolling?
I like the energy. Everyone's ready to rock and roll. So keep it up.
That's right, brother. That's right. So Colton, for the people that don't know, he's in Southern California. He's had his hands in about $20 million of production in just this last year alone. And so he's considering joining our team. So I appreciate you being here. So a couple things I want to share with you guys. Did everybody see the Real Trends report? Did everybody see the rankings? Did everybody see where fast real estate is placed? And this is not about us at all, but I want to share this with you for a really direct purpose. So when we look at this this Real Trends report, it named us at number 4 in the entire state for units and sides, meaning transactions. So if you look, we're at number 4, which is super humbling and it's super sobering, and I love to see this. But here's what's more important to this, is that number 7 and that number 9 are 2 of our partners in this business. And when I think about that, I think about alignment being everything. So it's important. Yeah, I love being in the top 10. It's really important for us as an organization. But more importantly, we're here because we had predecessors that really paved the way and helped shape where we were going and helped us. And those are our advisory boards. So no matter how big we've gotten, no matter how much success we've had, we're constantly leaning to the people that are in our circle. So I want you guys to look around and be like, you know what? Who are we aligned with? Who are our advisory boards? Who are the other partners that I have in this business, like Fast Forward Movement? All the people from across the country that can help you grow your business. Kenny and I are here to serve you guys and make sure that we're always delivering the highest that we can for you. But there are so many other resources that we are attached to. And it's no wonder why we are in the top 10, because we're all leaning to each other. And so I'm excited for what you guys have created, and I'm excited to be able to boast, to brag about that, but also to be able to live up to those standards. And so I wanted to share that with you. I was super pumped about that. What I would encourage everybody to do is to make a video on that today. You guys have that content, you have the data. I would make a video on that, sharing with the world the importance of alignment in this business. And this is not an EXP pitch. This is not a fast real estate pitch. This is the power of us leaning within our community. And that is how we're going to take our business to the next level in 2023. So I had a question for everybody, and this one's going to be a tough one, and it's designed to be tough. If you were me, if you were Kenny, and you were going to sit down and give yourself some advice right now, looking at your business, the way that you're creating content, the way that you're showing up, the way that you're making prospecting calls, the ways that you're diving in, all the things that are centered around your business. Okay, let's include your health, all right? If you were a coach, if you were coaching yourself, giving yourself the best level of advice right now, calling yourself out on your shit, having some tough conversations with yourself, what would that be? What would that be right now? I'm saying you'd be real as penitentiary steel right now and like get clear. What is that message to yourself? What are you saying to yourself? What is that conversation? If I was on the other side of that conversation, what do you think I'd be saying to you? I want you guys to get really in alignment with like, what do you need to hear right now? What is the truth about your business? We've done this before, but I want you guys to do some writing. And I don't care if you share today. If you can, cool. I'd love to hear from you. But if you cannot, maybe you spend some time and do a brain dump today. You reflect and you write this down and you say, if I was coaching myself, what would I say to myself? Right? Because at the end of the day, when this call is done, when you're not in this group, when you're not at a meeting, you're left with you. I know what standards I'm holding myself to. I know that I'm going to make no excuses. Larissa, can you mute yourself?
Oh, so sorry.
So I had a hand up. I saw Joellen. Joellen, let's hear from you. You had some contributions. So let's turn the mic over to you, Joellen.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sunshine. How you doing?
Doing good. Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elias. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I what I would tell myself is what I'm telling myself every night before I go to bed and every morning when I wake, is that you are doing the right things. You are where you're supposed to be today. You are all the little things that you're doing, the daily tasks of getting out, talking to people, dropping off donations, talking to buyers, sellers, having a positive mindset, not freaking out about, you know, the house hasn't sold yet, I haven't got my loan docs yet, but just rolling with it and staying positive and motivated and not looking at the negative is really helping me. Knowing, you know, I need to up my game. I'm a mentor now. I joined a Rotary Club. I'm doing everything to up my game, like, you know, getting certified in short sales, REOs, because we are going to have to pivot because those short sales are coming, and you need to know who your contacts are going to be and what you need to say in order to get those deals.
Wow, I love it, Joel. And we featured you yesterday in the Fast News, and obviously we see you, everything that you're doing, but one of the most important things about you being, excuse me, not Fast News, the Fast Story of the Week,
Thank you.
was your ability to lock down your first listing in your community. You've been working hard there. So let's walk through the numbers for the people that don't know. How many attempts was it you reaching out? How many events did you do? And you said no monetary return. And then finally, what is this, 6 months in, 5 months in?
Yeah, it was 6 months in, probably about 6 events, postcards every 30 days. And basically just being out in the public and someone saying, hey, do you send out postcards? I got your postcard, you know, so building that parasocial, I guess. They're seeing me in the mailbox. They're seeing me at the coffee shop. They're seeing me at the soccer field. Now I'm diving deep into my assisted living community that's right here in my neighborhood. And guess what? I threw them an event, and now they're having me come speak at their community, where we're going to invite the neighborhood to come to their community, so that when the seniors need to sell, they know where to go, and I'm going to sell their home and help them transition into the senior community in the neighborhood.
I mean, okay. I don't know if you guys hear a little bit of confidence when Joellen's speaking, right? But she has been backing this up with constant action. And so Joellen, well, not to get too far into budget, but roughly what was your spend on events, on marketing, on mailers, on flyers for the past 6 months? What was your spend?
I would say probably about $2,000.
$2,000. And potentially, what will you make when this deal closes? Rough number.
Probably about 12,000. Yeah.
So think about that margin, that ROI that she got on putting $2,000 in, but more importantly, she put a lot of sweat equity into her community, and it's really paying off. And so, so the coaching message to yourself is keep doing the things that you're doing.
Coaching, manifesting, you know, every night, go to bed, seeing my signs in the neighborhood. You know, I did get a neighbor that came over, and they were so nice. They got my information. They texted me after they left, and they said they're so proud and they loved my enthusiasm of being a new community member and a new realtor in the neighborhood, and that they wish me well and that they are going to spread the word on me. So I was just proud. And at first I thought maybe I was just like overdoing it. Like, why am I doing this? Am I being too proud? Am I showing off? What am I doing? Am I too old to be this happy about this? I've had listings before, but I think it's showing that I am proud to be here. I am the neighborhood realtor. The other people don't know our area. You know what I mean? And I give community. So I just want to keep going with that too.
Wow. Let's give Joellen a giant round of applause, because this is not, you know, we always hear, you know, not an overnight success. Didn't happen overnight. She has been putting in the work, and you know what? She did a lot of work for 6 months with zero payout. But I promise you, in 6 months, each of you on this phone call has probably blown $2,000 on something that didn't serve your mind, your body, your business, or your soul. I promise you that.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I just also want to say too, just real quick, is that my husband has been so supportive. My family's been supportive with me going out to all these networking events, you know, in the evenings, on the weekends, working with Will at open houses, working with a couple ladies that I'm building with, you know, just Danielle, all the people that I've been working with. I just love you guys. Thank you so much. And we are going to grow massively together.
God, I absolutely love it. So, all right, guys, thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
to Good Coaching. That was it. But no, Joellen, I appreciate that. And I don't know if you got new eye makeup on or you got your eyebrows done or eyelashes done, but we see you. We see you. Let's listing Tahoe. Will, let's hear from you. And you guys, if you want to keep on loading up the chat, we'll come back to these because I feel that you guys are writing down some really, really cool stuff. But Will, let's hear from you. Rapid fire, big dog. What's on your mind? What's your contribution?
Well, first of all, before I chip in my little piece, Joellen is just really amazing, and I want to throw that out there. Happy birthday to you. Joellen's, she asked if she could hold an open house at my luxury listing the other night in Carmichael. I just want to put this out there to you guys. If you don't have the listing traction right now, talk to someone on your team that you can hold an event at their open house. She did a sushi and sake event at my open house while I was down with the flu. I couldn't even attend. And guess what, Joellen? I'm in contract this morning from the buyer that I sent to you that sat with you. He loved sitting with Joellen, loved the property. And I have had a shit time getting some of my tough listings into contract this year. We're pending this morning, and that was over her effort. So she earned herself a nice bonus that I promised her if she was able to make something happen for my open house. So utilize your team, utilize your leverage. Up here in Tahoe, I'm known as the Tahoe guy. I don't have Tahoe listings right now. You know what I'm doing? I'm reaching out to the very top producing real estate agents in Tahoe. I got permission to market their listings. And if you have sat in any of these meetings where we talked about, hey, put out in Facebook Marketplace a listing that you have permission to market, stick it on Craigslist. No bullshit, guys. These are not even EXP listings, but we're listing some of the top properties in Tahoe on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist. We're getting leads, we're getting attraction, we're building branding. So even in this downtime where I'm not truly crushing Tahoe the way that I would like to at this moment, you wouldn't know it if you lived here because our listings are everywhere. We've got permission to market these. If you talk to the number 1 or number 2 listing agent in your area and you say, hey, all that I want to do is be able to market your properties for you and hopefully bring you that buyer, I'll make sure I say courtesy of Joellen Brooks on the bottom of every one of my posts. But let me try to generate some leads. It allows you to get that forward traction. So that's what I wanted to put out. I could talk about all the different things that I could do to help my business plan from a coaching perspective. But what I thought you guys could most likely really need to hear, because not everybody has all these leads to, or all of these properties to drum up the leads. Talk to someone who does have it, integrate it into your business plan, and be ruthless about your marketing for those so that we can generate some leads for you. When the rates do improve here in Tahoe, people aren't going to know that I haven't had those listings the entire time. They're just gonna be like, oh, that dude slugged his ass off all the way through that tough time. Let's go. So be ruthless like Joellen.
I love this. And for both of you guys, what's happening is that now you're giving your content a lot of shelf life, right? I saw the luxury video. I saw the house. I saw you guys out there. I saw Sal in the house. I saw you guys in the backyard. I saw you guys sipping champagne. Like now that's shelf life. And now you can go even further. You guys, great recommendation for everybody, no matter what market you're in. If you don't have an open house, this is your prospecting time. This is dialing for opportunities. You look on Redfin, you look on Zillow, and you find all the houses that are on the market, and you find the open houses, or excuse me, you find the listings that do not have open houses marketed or advertised just yet, and you call those listing agents and you tell them that you would love to host an open house, you'd love to market their home, and if it's about us hosting their open house, you tell them you would love to give them their weekend back so they could spend with their family, and you're going to be there hosting that open house for them. That's an opportunity. You might not get the first one, you might not get the second one, but I would make that an hour of prospecting. I'm like, man, I just landed 2 sick open houses, 950 and above in an area that I truly want to serve. Guess what? I'm going to create some videos. I'm going to do some content. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to go to that neighborhood. I'm going to go to the local bakery, and I'm going to put this open house on blast. And I did that. And what I did is I created the opportunities for myself. So Will, Joellen, absolutely love it. Go ahead, brother.
I was just going to say, this is how dope this idea was, right? So Joellen says, let's do a sushi and sake private event. My clients own a jewelry store. They don't want to hold open houses this weekend. They limited us to do a real estate insider event only. And so we marketed, boosted the shit out of that video across all socials. Joe Ellen, the buyer, saw the marketing that we filmed together with Sal at the property. He came, even though he's represented by another EXP agent. It's a double N for EXP. He came and spent time. He was like, wow, sushi and sake, who does that? That's mind blowing. That's cool. He sat there and chilled the whole time, eating and drinking with Joellen, right? She door knocked the neighborhood first, got permission from me to market the listing, sent out her own flyers, her own marketing. We went into the Sacramento and San Francisco real estate groups in Facebook, which have combined like over 15,000 members. If you guys are not joining those groups yet, get on and join and post your stuff there. So even though we weren't allowed to invite anybody, we sent to our entire databases the flyer that she did, door knocked and invited all of those groups in the 2-hour window that we had, and that sold the fucking property. Like, just cool stuff.
I love it.
But also, you know what that did too? Because Jack, he was sitting there eating sushi. Maria came by too, so we were all there. But he goes, well, where's everybody at? I said, oh, this is an exclusive invite to brokers only. He's like, what do you mean? I'm, well, this is really only for realtors. So you're lucky you're actually here. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we're not supposed to really have the outside public in yet. And he's all, well, are they going to do that? I'm like, you know what? Probably, but I'm not exactly sure when, but when they do, I'll let you know. So that created an urgency. He didn't want anyone else to come through.
I love this. I absolutely love this. You guys, let's get back to the original question here. And I appreciate your guys' contribution. So if you can, it says, what are the groups, Facebook, EXP Realtor groups? If you guys can put that down in the chat below. Let's go back to some of these coaching advices to yourself. And let's go. I saw a couple really, really good ones in here. Let's go here. Antonio, he says, there's no substitute for consistency. Don't feel like doing it. Starve then. Ooh, all right. So Antonio, can you speak to this, bro? If you were going to give yourself advice, if you were in a position like myself or Kenny, just being brutally honest with you about your business, looking inward, being introspective, elaborate on what you just wrote, Antonio.
Sorry, no camera. I just got out of the shower.
You literally sound like you're in the shower.
Just got out. Like I said, Elias, we got to put in the work to get the business and prospect. We all have those days where we just don't feel like it, or we feel sick, whatever the excuse is. But just straight to the point. If you don't do it, you're not going to get business, and guess what? You're not going to be able to keep a roof over your head and prosper in your business. So just shut up and get to it.
I love it. Shut up and get to it, man. So I'm gonna remember these things that you guys are telling yourself. So when I get on a coaching call with you, George, you said do more and stop doubting myself. Time block, dial for dollars, bro. You want to talk about that a little bit? And before we hear from George, we actually have another birthday on the line today. Felisa Javier, it is her birthday as well. So happy birthday to you, my Sagittarian sister. Hopefully it's your best lap around the sun ever. So George, let's hear from you, big dog. George going once, George going twice. All right, cool. We're going to move on. Andrew Lynn, are you on?
I'm here.
All right, big dog. So tell us a little bit about your conversation with yourself. This is you having a tough conversation with you, coaching yourself. Talk to us a little bit more about what this means.
I think for me, making the calls, taking the action, is just doing the things that'll generate business, having conversations. I was listening to a podcast the other day. I think it was Agent Academy, and Bill Pipes was interviewing one of the coaches, and he was saying how he has 30 conversations with every day, and he has 30 beads in his right pocket, and he moves them over to his left pocket every time he has a conversation about real estate, no matter what. And he commits to that. It's not a goal, it's a commitment to have that conversation every time he has a conversation and moves it from the right pocket to the left pocket. And it's at the grocery store, over the phone, whatever it may be. And he doesn't stop until that happens. If it's 8 o'clock at night, he'll go out to the grocery store and have a conversation with someone about hey, are you currently buying or renting? I think it's a numbers game. So that's something that I'm working on, so I can make sure I have those conversations and committing to that. Because I know I haven't been doing that, and that's something that I need to step up my game and have those conversations about real estate, and doing that every single day, no matter what.
Big dog, I appreciate that. And here's the thing, Sakia actually does this. She has paper clips. She has 2 little cups, right? Every time she goes in there, right? Every time she makes it goes in there. So at the end of the day, she can look at it and be like, you know what, I've actually moved my business forward because I've taken some action. So I absolutely love that. Great contribution. And let that be a constant reminder. I would write that somewhere. So that comes from you, doesn't come from me or Kenny. Obviously, we're always on the sidelines and we're saying, you know what, run that play a little bit better. You can do that a little bit better because we see so much, but you have to also see that within yourself and realize like, hey, I need to make some changes. I need to make some changes. I need to do some things at a bigger level. So Andrew, I appreciate your contribution. Let's go to Alejandro and we'll go over to Mel. Alejandro, you had posted something in the chat. I would love for you to elaborate on what you just wrote in the chat. I'm going to try to go back to that, but you want to elaborate on what you wrote?
Yeah, I basically said, you know, just believe in yourself, throw doubt out the window and start reaching out to people. I feel like that's just kind of been where I've been lagging a little bit. Yeah, like I've been creating videos and stuff, and letting people know, but I'm still shy or like nervous to reach out to people, especially people in my sphere, because I'm like, what if they tell me like, do you really know anything? You're a new agent. And at the end of the day, like I've heard it so much like from you and other agents, like, you know, more than they do. Like, you know, some people are not going to have that knowledge. So you just have to believe in yourself. And that's what I've been trying to do.
Totally. And you know what? The best way to do that is to surround yourself, to learn, to read the market updates, to see what's going on with CAR, see what's going on with National Association of Realtors. So as soon as you get in a conversation with somebody and someone asks you a simple basic question about how's the market, or someone asks you a basic question is the market going to crash? Or you get those pompous fuckers that say, oh, the market's going to crash, right? And they think they know it all because they watch CNN every single morning with their coffee when they're sitting on their couch, but they don't actually know what's happening in the pocket neighborhoods of Oakland and how many homes are on the market and how many prices. They don't know those things that you know. So you by reading, by educating, you're able to combat and to rebut anything that a consumer may hit you with. That's why staying at the forefront of the information is most important. And that's not only for the experienced agents, it goes for you as well, Alejandra, being a newer agent. So I love that contribution. Mel, I'm going to come to you in a moment. George, you are back. Big dog, you there?
Yes, I am.
Cool.
Okay, so I was gonna say, for those of you that are new or even seasoned as well, something that I've been doing, and for those new agents that have been in the office lately, I've been showing them my spreadsheet. So I think I've shared this with you before, Elias. I do a daily inventory on Monday through Friday on over about 35 different cities, and I just added like 5 more cities like Martinez, Livermore to that lineup. And so what I do is for single family homes, I pretty much look up the daily inventory Monday through Friday. And I've noticed when I do that and show it to clients during a buyer consultation, it kind of helps me start to have a better understanding of what's going on with the market over the last years. That's how far back my inventory sheet goes for some cities. But I've realized as I've done that, it's also helped me when people give me that question, oh, how is the market doing? Because when I look at my spreadsheet, I can see today Hayward has 99 single family homes, but San Jose has over 500 and SAC has 900. So I use that from what I've learned. And I tell people, well, that's a great question. It depends on what city you're talking about, because each city is essentially its own market. And I've told people that in buyer consultations now, like, yo, like your budget, I told that to someone yesterday, your budget's 500,000. Like you're looking from Hayward to Modesto. I'm going to tell you the truth. In Hayward, you're going to get like a shithole for that. But you go to Antioch and Contra Costa, if you're open to that, I can show you on my spreadsheet that you're going to have more inventory, and you're probably in 500,000, you're going to get a 4-bedroom house and an actual single family home. But in Hayward, you're going to have to kind of compensate and go with probably a condo. So I use that data, and I realize that helps me get more confident. So if any of you ever want to take a peek at that data, I update it Monday through Friday. I'm happy to add you to it and send it to you, but that's definitely a great thing to help you build your confidence.
I love it. You guys think about the markets that you serve, and really quick, George, before I ask this or make this point, tell me about the board that's behind you. What is that board? Is that like your own personal Trello board? What is that? Is that goals, that affirmations? What is that? We're inquiring.
Oh yeah, here, let me turn it around. So, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I totally got sucked into Transamerica MLM over a year ago. And so basically one of the things that I took from it was that like doing self-development and affirmations. So like right here, I have like affirmations on my board, like I'm a leader, I will lead, not follow, I'm confident. And I try to remind myself of all these affirmations every day. Like right here is now I'm the voice. So if you guys want the Tony Robbins audios for daily affirmations, you do it 10 days in a row. I have that, I can send that to you. But pretty much I have daily quotes to myself. Like, honestly, I don't like cold calling, but I have right here, I love prospecting, or I'm the greatest recruiter. And then on my shower, I have right here, what's it called? Oath of Manifestation that I read every day. And then winners never quit, quitters never win. And then I get in my head a lot about being a salesperson. So I put, I'm a marketer that sells homes. And then someone told me to do this. So you put what your annual income goal is. And so my goal is to be a confident leader, keynote speaker, and have a lean, muscular body. And so I'm going to actually up that 250,000 annual income to 500,000. So you just read that every day. And I've learned all this from, what's it called? Just doing, what is it? Bill Proctor, I think it is. And then Tony Robbins. So every time I feel like really shitty about myself, I try to read all of these affirmations when I get up in the morning. And then like, kind of like Ale said, when you don't feel like doing something, that's actually when you should do it, is what I've really learned.
God, George, I really, really appreciate this conversation, because as much as you guys are probably working out, you're focusing on your fitness, like your mind is also a muscle, and you have to be working that out, and you have to be constantly feeding it. I remember reading a book that was wrote in the 30s called Psycho-Cybernetics, and it was looking at your mind as a mechanism and what you feed it. And then I remember in 2008, I got the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within DVDs. All right, check it out. So I got it on DVDs, and then I got the book, and then I got the workbook, and journal and every single day. And I realized like the power that I had over my own mind. And I realized the power of incantations, affirmations, visualization. And I did the work, and it has stayed with me now from then all the way until 43. And it will be with me until the rest of my life, because I committed to doing the work of mental conditioning. All the things that George just shared with you are rooted in mental conditioning. So when you're looking at your year, when you're looking at your habits, when you're looking at the things that you're going to do in order to achieve your goals, where does mental conditioning exist? That 30 minutes to thrive. My time is writing, right? I write, and I read. It's me mentally conditioning. So George, thank you for sharing your wall with us. Melody, you had a saying in the chat below that stop caring about what other people think. Do you want to elaborate on that for the group? Because I think that there's some wisdom and there's some value in that.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, can you give me sharing rights? I just want to share a picture of myself.
I'm going to share. You have sharing rights right now.
So I just want to share a picture of myself when I got into real estate 9 years ago. And I want you guys to tell me what you see when you look at this picture. This picture is of a girl that looks 47 years old. I'm wearing freaking pearls. Like I have like this like look and demeanor about me that feels like she needs to fit in. Like I was so scared waking up every morning, going into that office, knowing I was the youngest person in the room. And I had absolutely no experience, and I had no guidance, and I had nothing like what we have today. And I was freaking terrified that I wouldn't fit in. And so I felt like I needed to walk and talk like the 50, 60-year-old top producers that are driving Mercedes Benz, and they have their Rolex watches, and they're selling $1 million properties. And that's literally in my mind what I thought I needed to look and act like. And I was never further away from myself. And if you were to see me today, I'm a completely different person.
I look totally different. Like, I don't even know who that girl was,
You
right?
actually look, in my opinion, you look younger today than you did in that picture. I'm just saying.
Thanks,
Agreed.
Elias. Elias, do you remember what's like one of the first things you said to me when we met 2 years ago you and I both joined the team?
There was quite a bit, but refresh my memory.
Yeah, there was quite a bit. But one of the things that he actually said to me was, and I really appreciate it to this day, was he was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, take off the facade. Listen to hip hop music if you like hip hop music. Cuss up a storm if you want to freaking cuss. Like, be yourself. Step out of your shell. Be who you are. Be that little, gangster girl in Walnut Creek that listens to rap music pulling up to the yoga studio. Like, be who you are. And I was so scared because I went into real estate with like all these stuffy ass old people that like told me I needed to act and look a certain way. And this is like the look you had to have if you wanted to be like a Walnut Creek real estate agent. And so, you guys, all that to say, like, I look around the room today and just to see like the evolution of what the realtor looks like today, it's all of you. Like it's like this new wave and this new generation of real estate agents that collaborate with each other. They share, they cry, they laugh, they hug, they come together. They're open and vulnerable with each other. They help each other out. Like, I love hearing that with Will and Joe Ellen, like that partnership that was created. George is creating partnerships with like the Glam agent and like other agents on the team. That shit didn't exist from the world of real estate that I came from and the world of real estate that Elias came from like many, many years ago. And it's really refreshing to know that that all of us can show up and be who we fucking are, and that it's okay. Like, it's okay. And honestly, to this day, like, it's funny because I like sometimes feel like that imposter syndrome kicks in, like, oh, I gotta like be this certain person. Like, I still get nervous when I pull up to a showing with a buyer, you know? But it's okay because I just gotta remember, like, you know what? I don't fucking care what people think. Like, I'm not that girl anymore, and I'm owning it, and it feels really good. So that's my piece.
I love it. You guys, 8 years ago, I was in a suit and tie as a district corporate manager for Coldwell Banker, worked at corporate, had a salary, 6-figure salary, and things were good. And things got better when I found Climb Real Estate and I found Kenny, and things got even better when we built this company and we are who we are today. And I'm sitting here in a tie-dye in my living room speaking to almost 100 people. And so it has just gotten better and better. So I read an article today and I want to share this article with you. If you guys do not have an Inman subscription, I want you guys to get Inman. It's well worth it. It's some of the best real estate information that you're going to find in the marketplace. As you're flooded with tons of information, this is one of the best places to go for real estate information. Personalization works. And why I resonated with this is because I believe that we're in an era to where you can make your marketing as personal and one-to-one as you possibly can right now. And it just depends on the consumer. So 71% of consumers expect companies, and in your case, agents, to deliver personalized interaction. Well, 76% of people get frustrated when it does not happen. When a consumer feels like that message is the same message that they send to every single other person, then it lacks that sense of personalization. So what I want you guys to do in the coming weeks, before we turn the calendar to the new year, I want you to really think about, through your interaction with a consumer, if we know that 71% of consumers want a personalization in the process, how are you personalizing everything that you're doing? How are you utilizing videos in your personalization? Right? Hey, Tom and Mary, we just got off the phone. I am that person from Zillow that got connected with you. Just want to put a face to the name and make sure that you knew who I was. I'm going to be the one advocating for you. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at 123 Main Street at 3 o'clock. Can't wait to meet Sally and the kids, right? That's personalization, right? When you book for the appointment, when you follow up for the appointment, when you finally meet them, when you are, doing your buyer's consultation, like when you're sending your text messages, when you're sending everything, like, what level of personalization do you have in your process right now? Some of you have, and some of it might be generic. If it's generic in any way, shape, or form, then you need to make some things a little bit more personalized and connect with the consumer. Also, make it super, super easy for them. You all have the ability to use Real Scout. You also have a KV Core website. If your KV Core website is not up and running, then you need to spend the time to get your KV Core website up and running. You need to be able to convey to a consumer the ability to use Real Scout and how that's going to help them, and it's going to make it easier for them. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to take away the guesswork. You don't no longer have to guess on what the consumer's looking for, searching for, what they're hoping for in a home. You get to see all of their interaction. So then you get to personalize the approach based on the consumer behaviors, and you take the guesswork out of your prospecting and marketing. Stop calling consumers and saying this: "Hey, Andrew, just wanted to follow up and see how your search is going." Well, it's good. That is probably the weakest thing that you can say to a consumer. "Andrew, I noticed in the last week that you viewed 12 homes, 3 of them you've liked, and 1 of them you just viewed in the last 3 hours. That's the one on 123 Main Street. I'm setting up my tours for today and tomorrow. Out of the homes that you've seen in the last 3 days, which home do you want to go see tomorrow?" Well, fuck. That's a whole different approach, and it's more personalized. So you need to take every single person that you're meeting, all those rocks that you're switching to the pocket, all those paper clips that you're putting in the other cup, all those conversations that you're making. You need to have a great intro to how you're going to make that ease of looking, or how you're going to make the looking for a home very easy for a consumer. And now, guess what you have? You have all the data, all the analytics, all the consumer behavior to allow you now to prospect in a different way. Stop following up with people and touching base. They're not your homie. Some of them are going to build relationships with you over time and love you and send you Christmas. I get that. But right now, what are you going to do for them? Stop touching base, stop following up, get very targeted with your message and make that personal. That's why one-to-one videos are going to work in this market. You guys, I've been sending one-to-one videos for years. Before videos were even a thing, I've been sending one-to-one videos. You guys need to look at everything that you're doing and make this super, super personalized. For you guys to know, I want to share this with you. This is the quote, or this is the article right here. Just came out. 71% of consumers expect personalized service. Here's how to deliver. This is an incredible article. I want you to reflect on that. Kind of walks you through some metrics of what consumers are asking for, what they're hoping for, and what they're looking for from today's sales agents. And so I found this really, really interesting, and about really tailoring and customizing everything that you're doing and stopping with the generalization and stopping with the generic approach. Get personal, get connected, and get super, super in touch with what consumers are looking for right now and today. So let's do this. I want to go around the room. I want to hear a couple takeaways. We've spent quite a few minutes really diving into this. Let's go back to the original conversation. If you were to sit down with yourself and you had a coaching session with yourself, Colton, Daniel, hey man, I want to give you some advice, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you right now. Your Instagram is awful. Your video, and I'm not picking on you guys, I just saw your names. You have no cadence. You're not saying anything. You're not providing any value. Like, the audio's horrible. The lighting sucks. Like, dude, what's up? You came to one meeting in the last 30 days. It's time for you to step up or step out of this business, man. What are you going to do? Like, right? Like, you need to have some real serious conversations with yourself. Because guess what? I'm having those conversations with myself every single fucking day. You know who I'm not going to let down? I'm not going to let you guys down. I'm not going to let Kenny down. I'm never going to have Kenny say, Elias, are you going to work hard today? Hey, Elias, you're going to have a packed calendar? I had a choice today. Some people, and I'm not knocking anybody for this. I had a choice today to take today off. It's Wednesday. It's my birthday. I'm sleep in today. I'm like, hell no. My greatest gift is being able to be here with you guys. This is what provides for my family. So I'm like, I'm going to get up. I'm ready. I'm full of excitement. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. I was ready, right? Because I choose this. I choose diving in. I choose hard work. I choose ethic, the hardest ethic. That's what I choose, right? So I want you guys to have that conversation with yourself. And I appreciate that, Nicole. I want you to have that conversation with yourself. Nicole, you had your hand up a little bit earlier. I didn't want to bypass that. Did you have a contribution on the coaching topic, or was there something else that you want to contribute?
Is my mic working?
It is.
Okay, awesome. I was just adding on when they were talking about open houses. I found also that I post them as events in LinkedIn, Facebook, and Eventbrite. And when people inquire, or, you know, the people you can follow up with too, I just put that part of my process for open house.
Love it. Love it. You guys have that conversation with yourself and write down that note to yourself and be able to have those tough conversations, because at the end of the day, I'll have it with you if I have to. But this is about self-accountability. This is about self-leadership, right? I'm not here to be your leader. I'm not here to manage you. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to push KPIs down your throat. I'm here to create a condition, right? Facilitate a condition, as John Cheplek would say. We're here to create this. You guys have to step up and you have to choose. So let's do this. Let's go around the room and hear a couple key takeaways from everybody on the call. We'll go over to Vernon Williams, my man, then we'll go over to Colton as our guest, and we'll work ourselves around the room for a couple more people. Vernon, big dog, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from today's session.
Just love the energy. This is my first coaching call that I've participated in. And so I'm literally contributing, being a sponge. The Inmon subscription that you recommended spoke to me, because I'm looking for, you know, information, education, knowledge that I can apply, convey. So any resource that you all can present is, you know, it really resonates with me. I'm really applauding George over here for his grind and for his energy and his intentionality with his focus. So I drew some encouragement from that. Happy birthday to you, big dog. It speaks a lot to your integrity when you're working on your born day. And so I'm just, you know, birds of a feather flock together. If you want to be a success in any industry, you need to rock with those who are successful. And so you're gonna see a lot of me. So I appreciate you guys.
I love it. And here's the thing, my man, quick tip for you. Go to market updates in Slack. You'll see anything and everything that you could possibly ever imagine about the industry, about predictions, about nationwide statistics, about local statistics, about interest rates, about, you know, what's driving consumer behavior, every single thing, to just nerd out, to geek out, to data out, bro. Everything is right here in market updates in one cool place for you to access. Let's go over to our guest. What's that?
I said 100. I appreciate it.
Awesome, bro. I appreciate you. Let's go over to Colton. Colton is a guest of ours from SoCal, big dog. Let's hear from you. Key takeaways from today's session.
Yeah, I think Vernon hit the nail on the head with most of what he was saying, but I agree. You guys are just getting really creative with how you're getting in front of customers and building a community and really striving to create a culture that's really focused on excelling, pushing themselves and growing. So it's exciting.
I love it, man. I love it. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for being our guest. Felisa, my birthday sister. Let's hear from you. Key takeaways from today's session.
I think today I've definitely, again, realized that, you know, when you're tired, that's when you got to do the work. And I'm still new, but like Vernon said, I'm a sponge. I'm soaking up as much information as I can. And then you said the Slack, the market update info. My IG is horrible. So that would give me more information to post out there to let people know that I am doing the work and here's the proof.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And you know what? There was a time, and look around this room, there was a time where all of our Instagram was not that good. All right. There was a time where we had 0 followers. There was a time where we didn't create video. I look back at some of my early videos and I'm like, oh my God, there's videos that I created 2 years ago that were 5 minutes long, right? And so it's just evolution. You got to learn, And then you also have to say, and Marketing Babe, Danielle said this yesterday, like, who is this video for, right? Who is this video for? Who am I targeting? And how can I really, really shape that into a consumer that's going to look at it and be like, oh, that speaks to me, right? For example, where are 5 places to go with kids on a budget in San Leandro? I don't know that, but I want to know, right? Why are home values in San Leandro and Oakland going to go up in the next couple of years? I don't know. What is the Oak Knolls development, and why is that going to make a massive impact in San Leandro? I don't know. Well, shit, go out there and make a video on it. There's so many things, but you have to ask yourself, well, who is this video targeting? And then really, really hunker down on that messaging. So Felisa, happy birthday. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you too.
Thank you. Thank you. What are you doing today? Anything cool?
I'm doing headshots today, so I'll be in the office.
Perfect.
And then dinner with the family.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, happy birthday to you. Let's
too.
go over
You
to,
have a good one.
thank you. Chris B, let's hear from you, big dog. Let's go ahead and start wrapping up the session. Key takeaways from you on your morning walk. I love it.
Yeah, just do the damn work, make the conversations, stick to your plan. If you wanted to make, 300,000 and you need, 400 conversations, which equals 4 a day, you got to make it happen. Yeah, just text people or reach out, because in order to keep making what you've been making in this current market, you got to do a little extra. So
yeah,
either rise up, maintain, or fall off. Simple as that.
That's right, bro. That's right. Felisa, you had said something about being tired. So I'm doing 75-day hard. I got a couple of days left. That right there, like, I am tired at night. I've had a long day, and then I still got to do 2 workouts. Like, it's pushed me, and it's been like habit stacking and habit forming that no matter what, I'm going to do it. So this business is going to require you to do the things that you don't really want to do on the days that you don't want to do them. But that is the differential when it comes to success. And we've said this before. People will do the things that they want to do when they feel like doing it. Successful people do the things when they absolutely don't feel like doing it. And that's what's going to separate you. So I appreciate you chiming in. Joellen, you had another hand up. Was that an old hand or a new hand?
I just wanted to just send a message to everybody to, if you have kids, check on your kids, make sure that everything's going good, because of all this work that we're doing today as adults, somebody somewhere is breaking down your child on a playground, in a classroom. And it happened to Colton, where a yard duty teacher was bullying him, and she got to face me today, and she admitted it. So just check in on your kids, because we build them up, and what we're doing today for ourselves, we got to be there for our babies. So
I mean, I would probably sock somebody in the nose.
oh yeah, I told her, don't ever touch my kid, nobody else's kid. You were just a worker here. This is my child's home. This is where he learns, and you will never step back on this campus, right in front of the teacher.
You'll see the hood come out in me.
Oh yeah, never snatch a hat off my child's head.
You will see the hood come out in me, and I got a mean right hook.
So just check in on your babies. Don't let these people break our kids down. Don't let them talk negative to them. Don't treat them different. We got to just stand up for them, because otherwise they're going to be doing lots of work like we are every day,
Totally. Hey, that's a really, really great message. And let's end on that. It's like, when you're a parent, there's this new level of protection in you. Like, ooh, the girls, my son, nobody. So really appreciate you saying that. And thanks for closing out on that. So you guys, happy birthday to Cam, happy birthday to Felisa. And thank you guys for being here, sharing this time with me, and just showing up, not only today, but just consistently showing up. For the people that missed the last business planning, we're doing one more final session tomorrow in Oakland. And then once we're done with that, we're going to be coming full circle on this. So if you have not worked on your VTO and really understanding exactly where you're heading in the new year, what are you waiting for, right? I know exactly where we're going in this new year. I know what I want to achieve. I know how many stages I want to be on. I know what I want to contribute in this company, right? I know that, and I'm very, very clear on that. And how I got there was this, right? So spend the time, do your VTO, write, brain dump, and be crystal clear of the path ahead. So you guys, as always, I appreciate you. I'm more grateful for you than you'll ever know, and keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. And thank you for all of the birthday love. Have a wonderful day, everybody.